I had a intense year. This morning I sent a text message. I had anxiety.
Why is that?
I haven't talked about this yet, but
Justin Baldoni is an actor, filmmaker, and a New York Times bestselling author.
Her husband Ryan, several years ago. So I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Yeah.
Some people, now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
You can mute people on Instagram?
Yeah, it's a new feature.
Really?
I know. Get it.
A feud had been simmering between Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively since they co-starred in A Simple Favor in 2018. Tensions escalated during the It Ends With Us saga involving Blake and Justin Baldoni. Is Anna simply choosing a side in this Hollywood clash, or is there something deeper fueling the ongoing rift?
Thinks I'm living in a convent. Why do stage-struck ladies plan to be acting in the drama?
Anna Kendrick has largely avoided negative press since her early days as a child actor. She made her debut in the 1998 Broadway musical High Society, earning a Theatre World Award and nominations for Featured Actress in a Musical at both the Drama Desk and Tony Awards. Her talent was undeniable, and she soon transitioned to film with her debut in the musical Camp, which earned her a nomination for the Independent Spirit Award for Best Debut Performance. By 2008, with growing recognition and acclaim, the world truly began to know her name.
Now that we've grown up, they want a serious answer. Well, how about this? Who the hell knows?
Anna Kendrick rose to fame in 2008 with her role as Jessica Stanley, a friend of Bella Swan, in the fantasy romance Twilight. She reprised the role in the 2009 sequel New Moon. That same year, she landed her first leading role in the crime thriller Elsewhere, appeared in the comedy The Mark Pease Experience, and starred alongside George Clooney in Up in the Air. Her standout performance in Up in the Air earned her widespread acclaim and several nominations for Best Supporting Actress, including a Golden Globe nomination.
Walk on by.
Anna Kendrick's breakout role in Pitch Perfect, 2012, as Becca Mitchell became her most successful film that year, earning her widespread praise for her charm and energy. From 2012 to 2014, Kendrick consistently delivered box office hits and received strong critical acclaim. In 2015, she competed in the first season of Lip Sync Battle, going head-to-head with John Krasinski and winning. That same year, she reprised her role as Becca in Pitch Perfect 2, which became an even bigger box office success than the original. Over the years, Anna has showcased her versatility, starring in comedies, thrillers, musicals, and animated films, all while maintaining a low-profile personal life and avoiding public scandals. She's often praised for her quirky, relatable personality, quick wit, and refreshing honesty. Many publications have called her America's sweetheart, and she's even been labeled one of the funniest women in Hollywood. This positive image was reinforced in 2016 when Allison P. Davis of The Ringer noted that Kendrick had remained beloved by steering clear of the backlash tied to celebrity overexposure. In 2017, an Elle writer described her as warm, friendly, and genuine, with none of the typical celebrity reserve, despite her fame. However, Kendrick's spotless reputation met a challenge in 2018 when she starred alongside Blake Lively in A Simple Favor. Their on-set relationship sparked rumors of tension, hinting at the beginning of a long-simmering feud that would later make headlines.
Ryan, several years ago. So I met Blake a few times through Ryan on that film.
got it.
And thought she seemed nice, and little did I know.
Before A Simple Favor, Anna Kendrick only knew Blake Lively from a distance. They had crossed paths a few times through Blake's husband, Ryan Reynolds, while Anna was working on the film The Voices, and she had always thought Blake seemed pleasant. However, once they began filming together, the reality of their dynamic came to light. Tension began on set when Blake Lively refused to limit herself to acting alone. Unlike most actors who stuck to the script and direction, Blake insisted on being involved in nearly every aspect of the production: costume design, writing, and creative input. At first, her dedication was seen as a sign of commitment. But as filming progressed, it became clear to the cast and crew that Blake wanted to be the center of attention, not just on screen, But behind the scenes as well, this behavior didn't sit well with many of the cast members, who complied for the sake of the movie's success, but were relieved when filming wrapped. Anna, who had initially given Blake the benefit of the doubt, gradually became disillusioned, especially after watching Blake's interview at the 2022 Forbes Power Women Summit. In that interview, Blake openly admitted she never felt fulfilled merely taking direction as an actress. She needed creative control to feel satisfied, and she often downplayed her desire for authorship when discussing roles, only to later assert control once involved. Blake revealed that many producers and directors had grown frustrated with her for what they viewed as overstepping boundaries or misrepresenting her intentions. Still, she remained unapologetic, stating, "It's just as important to say, okay, I believe in this, and that's why I'm standing up for it, and that's why I'm being difficult." She acknowledged the need for self-reflection and collaboration, but also made it clear she would do what she believed in, even if it upset others. After that interview, many in the industry prepared themselves for potential clashes when working with her. But Anna, not expecting to work with Blake again so soon, didn't see it coming. When director Paul Feig announced a sequel to A Simple Favor, insiders reported that Anna wasn't exactly thrilled. She had lingering memories of Blake's dominating presence during the first film, particularly during its promotional tour. One interview stood out. Blake had commented that she might never get to be a Disney princess because she lacked a singing voice like Anna's. While it came off as a compliment to viewers, Anna sensed jealousy beneath the surface. She responded sarcastically with, "Oh, Muffin, it's so hard being you." Blake's desire for the spotlight became even more apparent in that same interview when she scolded the host for focusing too much on Anna, saying, "What about me over here?" Anna had retorted with playful shade, "Oh my God, guys, don't fight just because I'm the best at everything." While their back and forth appeared lighthearted, it masked growing tension. Despite these subtle jabs, both actresses kept their feud under wraps until it resurfaced publicly in 2024 during the production of Another Simple Favor. The first issue? Who would get top billing in the film's credits? What started as creative tension on set years earlier had now grown into a full-blown rift. Anna, known for her professionalism and avoidance of Hollywood drama, found herself in the middle of a situation she never anticipated. Meanwhile, Blake's assertiveness, viewed by some as ambition and by others as control, clashed with Anna's more collaborative, team-oriented approach. The conflict between them became symbolic of deeper differences: Anna's preference for structured teamwork versus Blake's need for authorship and influence. Though both are incredibly talented, their working styles and personal dynamics made future collaboration complicated, if not impossible. What was once a distant, polite acquaintance had now turned into one of Hollywood's most quietly intense rivalries.
Every time we do this, I feel so high tone.
Want to trade confessions?
No.
Come on. What's the wildest thing you've ever done?
In the original film, Anna Kendrick received top billing over Blake Lively, so she naturally expected the same for the sequel. However, Blake arrived with her usual list of demands, this time insisting on top billing. According to sources, she pushed hard through her representatives, but Anna stood her ground and refused to give in, unwilling to bend just to avoid conflict. After weeks of negotiations and back and forth between both sides, a compromise was finally reached to settle the matter.
Now that it's a function on Twitter and Instagram, there's a couple people that I have muted.
Good.
Yeah.
You can mute people on Instagram?
Yeah, it's a new feature.
The two stars ultimately agreed on what's known in the industry as staggered billing. This meant Anna Kendrick's name would appear first, while Blake Lively's would be placed above hers, but on the right side, a setup considered equal billing in Hollywood. Although neither actress was entirely satisfied with the compromise, they had no choice but to accept it and move forward. The tension between them may have remained behind the scenes if it weren't for the Justin Baldoni saga, which brought their rift back into the spotlight. For those unfamiliar with the full story, let's rewind. In 2019, it was announced that Justin Baldoni would be adapting the best-selling novel It Ends With Us into a feature film. The news immediately sparked a frenzy among fans of the book, who were eager to see how the powerful story would translate to screen. Excitement only grew when Blake Lively, who rose to fame in the 2000s on Gossip Girl, was cast in the lead role of Lily Bloom, a young woman who endures childhood trauma and later finds herself in an abusive relationship. Blake was hailed as the perfect fit for the emotionally complex character, igniting massive buzz for the project.
County. But I thought that was one of the best first kisses I've seen on a movie.
Oh, boy. Justin Baldoni, you see, we've been talking to you all morning long. Good morning. Good to see you.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. You guys are such lights.
We love your film. We love your work. We love what you've done with this book, which has, it sold 6 million copies, Colleen Hoover's book. I've been, in anticipation of you coming here, I went on Reddit to see what people are saying about the book in anticipation of the film. They love the book. So there's millions of fans out there. You are one of those fans. You immediately bought this book right, and you wanted to direct it. Why?
Well, I first optioned this book in 2019. And at the time, it had sold just under 1 million copies. Mm-hmm. And I had
Why
never
did
read
you read it? Yeah.
Well, I just started Wayfair Studios. And at the time, my book agent, shout out to Johanna Castillo, sent it to me. And she said, just read it, because I was looking for movies that could be commercial and speak to the human experience. And
Were you reading romance?
The film It Ends With Us, released last August, was a major box office hit, earning over $350 million globally, approximately 280 million euros. However, despite its impressive financial success, all was not well behind the scenes. In December, the situation took a dramatic turn when Blake Lively filed a legal complaint against her co-star Justin Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment and orchestrating a smear campaign against her. The first signs of trouble emerged during the press tour for the film, which, ironically, centers on the sensitive topic of domestic abuse. Instead of taking a serious tone to match the film's message, the promotional campaign took an unexpected direction, largely driven by Lively. The events featured pink carpets, extravagant floral displays, and product placements for her new hair care brand and her husband Ryan Reynolds' gin company. Rather than using the platform to highlight the film's core message, the spotlight seemed to focus more on fashion and personal branding. At the London premiere, press were explicitly instructed to keep questions lighthearted, steering clear of topics related to domestic abuse. Even more conspicuous was Justin Baldoni's absence throughout most of the tour. He was not photographed with Lively at the New York premiere and was completely absent from the London event. Adding to the speculation, media were told not to ask any questions about him. Social media activity further fueled rumors. Lively and author Colleen Hoover notably did not follow Baldoni online. Still, no one publicly acknowledged a conflict. In fact, Baldoni continued to praise Lively during interviews, calling her a dynamic creative and saying she had her hands in every part of this production and everything she touched made it better. But the public wasn't convinced. Observers noted that during the press tour, Baldoni had hired high-profile crisis managers Melissa and Nathan, known for handling clients like Johnny Depp and Drake, indicating that something serious was brewing behind the scenes.
Understands the themes of this movie, comes across you in public, and they want to really talk to you. What's the best way for them to be able to talk to you about this? How would you recommend they go about it?
Like asking for like my address or my phone number or like my location share. Or I could just location share you and then we could...
Shortly after the press tour for It Ends With Us, Blake Lively faced a wave of harsh criticism on social media. Comments she made during the tour, along with resurfaced clips from older interviews, led many to label her as tone-deaf and out of touch. The backlash was so intense that Brandon Sklenar, who played Atlas in the film, felt compelled to defend her publicly. In an Instagram post, he condemned the vilification of the women involved in the project. Sklenar expressed his dismay at the negativity, sharing that someone close to him, who had experienced a relationship similar to Lily Bloom's, credited the film with having a life-changing, even life-saving impact. For a while, the controversy simmered down until 4 months after the film's release, when Lively took legal action against her co-star Justin Baldoni. In her complaint, she accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and named his production company, Wayfair Studios, as a co-defendant. Wayfair CEO Jamie Heath was also implicated in the suit. The allegations described repeated harassment and other deeply troubling behavior during production. Lively stated in her filing that she wasn't the only one who had experienced misconduct. Other female cast members had previously voiced similar concerns. She revealed that she had even attended a meeting with Baldoni and Heath, alongside her husband Ryan Reynolds, to raise these issues during the film's production. However, according to Lively, her concerns were ignored, and the production team continued as they pleased. She claimed that her persistent objections led them to retaliate by launching a smear campaign against her. In the legal documents, Lively alleged that Baldoni had devised an elaborate plan to damage her reputation both in the press and online. This included hiring a crisis manager to orchestrate a sophisticated and well-funded retaliation strategy. The plan reportedly involved deploying a digital army to flood social media with content that appeared organic, but was carefully crafted to undermine her credibility. The filing stated that the Wayfair team also amplified positive content about Baldoni while suppressing anything negative. Lively claimed she suffered significant personal and professional harm as a result. In response, Baldoni's legal team categorically denied all accusations, stating the crisis manager was only hired after Lively had allegedly threatened to derail the film unless her demands were met.
Through the process to take over the movie and used her PR people to try and destroy justice.
Justin Baldoni's attorney, Brian Friedman, issued a strong rebuttal to Blake Lively's lawsuit, calling the allegations shameful and categorically false. He accused Lively and her representatives of making baseless claims against Baldoni, Wayfair Studios, and its leadership. Friedman also alleged that Lively had made numerous demands and threats during production, including refusing to show up on set or promote the film unless her conditions were met, actions that, he argued, could have jeopardized the movie's success. In early December, Baldoni received the Women's Solidarity Honor from Vital Voices, a global nonprofit that champions female empowerment. However, following Lively's legal complaint, the organization rescinded the award, stating that Baldoni's alleged behavior was inconsistent with their values. As the backlash continued, Baldoni responded by filing a $400 million lawsuit against Blake Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds. The lawsuit included claims of civil extortion, defamation, and invasion of privacy. Friedman accused Lively and Reynolds of spreading grossly edited, unsubstantiated, and doctored information to the media in a calculated attempt to damage Baldoni's reputation, while Baldoni's legal team urged the public to allow the legal process to unfold. The damage was already spilling into other areas, including Anna Kendrick's career. Initially sympathetic to Blake, Anna reportedly changed her stance after seeing Baldoni's emotional interview, in which he detailed the anxiety and mental health struggles he endured because of the allegations. Anna, who had previously worked with Blake and was familiar with her controlling tendencies, grew increasingly frustrated. The situation escalated when Anna began promoting a simple favor to. Normally met with fan support, her promotional poster on social media received backlash instead. Comments included jabs like, "Did Ryan rewrite a scene?" and "Sorry, Anna, not watching anything with Blake Lively in it." One disappointed fan wrote, "Love you, Anna, but I can't stand Blake anymore. Won't be watching." For someone known for avoiding controversy, the wave of negativity was overwhelming. What made it worse, sources said, was that Blake made no effort to reach out. She remained silent and out of sight after igniting a media firestorm. People close to Anna revealed that she believes Blake owes everyone involved an apology. "She owes Anna an apology. She owes them all one," a source said. If Anna were in her position, she wouldn't let the film take the fall for her personal issues. Anna's just done.
Response to the rumor on X, formerly Twitter, saying, "This is total BS. Sorry, the movie is finished and coming out soon. Don't believe anything you read on social media these days."
Although director Paul Feig has made efforts to defend Blake Lively, his statements have done little to shift public opinion. When a social media critic accused Blake of hijacking a simple favor to, Feig quickly responded, "It's my cut. There is no other cut." Blake has been nothing but supportive and a dream to work with. She is the best and an amazing collaborator, and I'm her biggest fan. Just wanted to clear that up. Despite his praise, Many still believe Blake constantly seeks to dominate the spotlight. With A Simple Favor 2 scheduled for release on March 7th, 2025, fans are hopeful the film will rise above the controversy and earn the positive reception the cast and crew have worked hard for. So, what do you think of everything that's unfolded? Does Blake Lively owe Anna Kendrick and the rest of the A Simple Favor 2 cast an apology? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to catch our latest updates. See you in the next video.